back to Great Fire Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Bate, a.k.a. Trey Bate Knows Boxing.
And I am Willie Mack.
Guys, we have a extremely special guest today. Today, we have, don't want to say a former boxer. He's still active, but he's a very active trainer in Los Angeles. His name is David Imoesiri. Did I say it right?
Imoesiri.
Imoesiri.
Come on, Trey.
You about my bad
Nigerian,
side. So the thing, I guess the number one thing about David is he's Nigerian. So for all the Nigerians, shout out to you guys. I'm Nigerian. He's Nigerian. Nice. We're out here doing our thing in the boxing world, or as a boxing coaching fraternity, or within the boxing coaching fraternity. Yeah. So starting off, David has. He actually created a company called I Box for Life, which you guys can see on his shirt. Yeah. So, David, tell us about that briefly.
Man, I Box for Life, man. I think it all says it all in one word. That's what I box for. Boxing changed my life.
Absolutely.
I grew up on the big bad east side of Long Beach. And it was stealing, killing, drug dealing, gang banging. It was all of that. Yeah, I played for the Dog Pound Cowboys.
Oh man,
that was
you gotta be tough to make that.
That was I think it was probably his first or second season of ever even doing Pop Warner football. We played for the Cowboys, and then my next team was the Panthers, but it was still under. It was a Dog Pound, what do you call it, Pop Warner little league or whatever.
Yeah.
So man, I grew up. On the east side, man, talking about Goldie Loke, Trey D, Warren G. Mm-hmm. See him all the time, man.
Legends.
Just see him all the time, man. Just walking on the street, and they wasn't superstars to us. It was just the big homies, and so all of that stuff was not it wasn't nothing to us. You feel me? But at the end of the day, that lifestyle was. They wasn't playing about the lifestyle either, though. And my brother was into that stuff. He. Rolling 20 Crip, and he's still living and everything. He's doing fine. But he didn't want us to be in that, and I necessarily didn't want to be in it either. But at the same time, I was a kid who I grew up without my father, obviously. Well, not obviously, but, it was really common back then, so didn't have him. And I had a lot of, what do you call it? Like identity issues and like the anger. I used to be a real mad kid. Ooh, yeah, real mad kid. It was like I think more of like a protection type of thing where I would show my peers that I would fight a teacher or I would fight a group of kids before you want to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I would do that just to kind of put on the front. But I didn't really have to do that. It just really I didn't know who I was. I didn't have no father. I didn't know. I just turned to anger. And then. I found boxing. My mom, she ended up, she passed away when I was 12 years old. And my dad, actually, he passed away like 5 months before she did. And we were supposed to go to Nigeria to meet him that summer. So it was a pretty heartbreaking thing, to be able to, man, I'm like right there. I could meet him and really find out, about my heritage. Like I'm a first generation. Nigerian in America. Like I'm the only David Imoesiri in America, My kids are the only Landon and the only Lucas Imoesiri, you're ever going to meet. So I thought that was really cool. But to not really get that firsthand sit down, it wasn't like, I hate you for not being there. I just want to know who I am, And
Yeah, absolutely.
So 5 months later, I was actually a skateboarder when my mom passed away. I was skateboarding for like, 3 or 4, maybe 5 years.
I did that too.
Yeah.
13 to like.
I never knew how to skateboard, man.
Yeah,
I was all right. I was okay.
No, man. Yeah, I was like definitely one of those pioneers, especially black kids skateboarding.
Yeah.
The one who really made it out was Terry Kennedy.
Yes, for sure.
Famous.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, how's he doing now? I haven't seen much about him.
I don't really speak with him like that, but from what I see, he got kids, he got a little wife. He's doing fine. He didn't definitely moved up and moved on, you know what I'm saying? And he's doing great, but he's definitely somebody that I knew growing up, Like I'm saying, it's just when you grow up in Long Beach, you just realize you come from a different cloth because you see people like Snoop Dogg. You got all of the NFL players, from Long Beach Poly. You just baseball players. Cameron Diaz went to Long Beach Poly, you know what I'm saying? Like it's Steven Spielberg went to Long Beach Poly. Like you just realize
that part did not know.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Spielberg.
Yeah. It's a little bit of history there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So Yeah, no, it was, just going up there, you just know you different. It's just a matter of, are you going to do what it takes to actually stand out and do something different with your life, period.
Absolutely.
So that's what boxing ended up coming to me, because I was actually at home from, what was I doing? I was doing something bad. I got a ticket for ditching or something like that. And I got sent home early. And then he was like, you don't want to be at school anyway, so just go home. So I was at home like midday, and then I was living with my mom's friend. I called her Auntie Lorraine. And her kids wanted to go to the Long Beach Police Athletic League, and they wanted to get into the karate program. And she's like, you want to go up there? I was like, where they going, to the pals? Like, police? I ain't trying to be around the police. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't do it, man.
I was a crip in training, you know. I was like, I'm not finna go be around the police. For real. So I went up there, though. She convinced me to go up there, and there was a boxing ring there. It was actually 3 boxing rings there. Yeah. And it was like this big area, and it had like Olympic rings, and it had all these, it was nice, big old bag area. And I was like, oh, this is tight, bro. Like, what they doing up in here? But it wasn't nobody there because I didn't realize that the team was actually at the National Civic Club to the ringside. They were traveling. You know, the guy who became my father figure coach, Joe. He was like, he's
Joe Zanders?
Yeah.
Big shout out to Joe Zanders.
Yeah.
He's been a huge influence in my life as well. Yeah. Big, huge shout out to Joe Zanders.
Yeah. He was like, I didn't know it, none of this, but he was like, he still is the president of the Southern California Association, USA Boxing. Yeah. Certified all the coaches. He's like the orator at the coaches' clinics and stuff like that. And so I went there, and I was messing around and stuff, and they came back, and he's like, well, you can't do this if you ain't going to be on the team, man. So I was like, oh, okay, well, how I get on the team? And he talked to me for like 30, 40 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gave me like this whole inspirational speech about going to the Olympics and doing this and doing that. And I was like, that came kind of deep, bro. I don't know if I want to do all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He set the bar really high just off of talking to me, and I was like, I'm thinking I'm about to get some gloves and get in there and see what's up. He's like, no, you have to learn how to. It took me, just put it like this, I didn't get a pair of gloves to hit the bag for like 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took a while for me to even get some gloves, bro. Like, I was like, when I'm going to get some gloves, when I get the. I might be exaggerating, maybe more like 2 months, but it was a long time though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
back then it wasn't that easy.
Yeah, it wasn't
like now to get gloves. Yeah,
because I think I actually had my first fight in like 5 or 6 months, so it couldn't have been 5 months, but it was definitely a good 6 to 8 weeks. And I was like, dude, I don't get no gloves yet. Like, I don't get no hand wraps. I don't get nothing. Like, I'm just in here standing like this and advanced retreat. Like,
what I'm supposed to do about that? Damn.
Like, he was like, you said you wanted to do this though, so you about to learn how to do this, man. This is
learn the ropes.
So that definitely, it took all of the anger, whatever. I didn't have time to be mad no more. I was trying to learn how to throw a jab.
Too tired to be mad.
Period, and so at the end of the day, that anger turned into passion, and it just turned into, a really good boxing career, man. A really good amateur boxing career, and got to see the world. And one day I realized I was in the music studio, and I was around this really, really talented producer, and he was just making hammers like like cut a couple keys, make a sample here, but we got a knocker. We in there like, damn. I was like, oh, you make music for a living, huh? He was like, I make music for life.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I feel the same exact way about boxing, so that's kind of
absolutely.
That's where I kind of adopted it. I box for life. And when you think about life, you can do like the, what do you call it? The America. What is it? Coming to America, when they just spin the globe and put their finger on, that's where we're going to go.
Yeah.
You can do that anywhere, and I guarantee you, they put them hands up. I guarantee you.
One way or the other. It's around the world.
Yeah, it's all over the world.
Everywhere
life is this.
There was a quote that I saw, and it said, boxing is for everybody. And like it went into detail about it, and it was talking about how you can be a convict, you can come from any walks of life, and boxing is something that you can relate to overall.
100%.
You could be in a wheelchair. And I've trained a couple of people in wheelchairs, and it's something that, it makes a difference. Boxing is deeper than what people think.
Yeah.
It's a lot deeper. People that see Freddie Roach and Muhammad Ali, they see what happened to some of the boxers or whatnot from the past, but a lot of that came from what, for people who don't know, a lot of that came from, bad practices within the gym. People didn't have much knowledge about nutrition and other things.
And hydration.
Dehydration, salt tab. It was a lot of different methods that was used back then that they didn't know that it would have that effect on the fighters.
Exactly.
And on top of that, they were getting hit, and but majority of the damage came from the gym and not from the actual fights.
No.
Which were back then 15 rounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they go all the way to 15.
Oh yeah.
It was like 30. Yeah, it was 15 rounds.
Yeah.
Now it's 36 minutes, which is 12 rounds.
But you know what? When you think about it, like I'm just thinking about just the amount of rounds you fight versus the amount of rounds you actually spar for a fight.
That's true.
Like let's think about
Very
let's
true.
just think about a 12-round fight.
Right.
Like I've been, in camps with
Triple G.
Triple
Let's say
G.
it.
That's the biggest
Let's say
name.
it.
Oh, G.
Let's say it.
You
That's
know,
the biggest
Antonio
name.
Tarver, I've been in there with some pretty big names, right?
Yeah.
But they're sparring, like me and Alexander Povetkin, right?
Yeah.
I actually recorded every time we sparred. Man, I sparred this dude 52 rounds, bro. Over a course of 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks.
What?
52 rounds. And he's only getting in there and fighting. That was for a 10-round. It wasn't even for a 12-round fight.
Yeah.
Wow.
I sparred him 52 rounds, just me. You know what I'm
just
saying?
you,
It
yeah.
wasn't the other people that was there. I just
Yeah,
sparred him
that-
52 rounds.
Yeah.
He's sparring over 200 rounds down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot that goes on. And I was hitting him a lot.
Giving it to him, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hitting him a lot, you
Yeah,
know? And
yeah.
it's like, when you think about that, but then, like I said, that the hydration is the key. You know what I'm saying? That's your
Yeah.
brain, you know?
That's your brain,
when you in there
exactly.
burning off of fumes, you get hit in the head, bro. That's damage, man. 'Cause,
Brain damage.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's kind of crazy. Going back to what we said, remember a few shows ago in season 1, how boxing is universal. Everybody that needs to get in shape always go hit the heavy bags.
Yep.
NBA players, football
Yes.
players,
That's very true.
wrestlers,
Very true.
UFC guys.
In off season, typically they're coming over to boxing gyms.
Yep.
Even Kevin Hart is training with Hollywood Hino.
Yeah, he's over there off of
Hino,
Melrose,
my
yeah.
bad. Yeah,
That's deep. That's deep.
it's amazing stuff. But so let's talk about something that's a little bit different. As far as PEDs are concerned, this is a question I want to ask you. But this is not necessarily, I would consider it a PED, but it's in terms of marijuana in relation to boxing. Do you think that marijuana has a place in the sport of boxing? Especially now, recently, I'm sure you keep it with Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs is now kind of campaigning, or he's gotten involved in the hemp or in the cannabis.
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. I've seen, I don't know how valid it was on Instagram, but I've seen that that Mike Tyson's about to open up like a 40-acre
Mike
cannabis.
Tyson.
Yeah.
about
It's
to.
him
Yeah.
and Shannon Briggs. Well, not together, but Shannon Briggs has a connection with somebody in Colorado.
Right.
So I think he's partnering up with somebody. I don't know if he's invested. I don't know how far that goes, but he's been thrown there. It's been all over.
Man,
his
the
stuff,
reality is, bro, when it comes down to cannabis and weed, let's look at it from just a business standpoint for one, bro. That's probably trillions of dollars.
Trillions.
You know what I'm saying?
With an S.
You talking about national debt, just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It really will fix a lot of
Wiping it
debt.
out. Bro, we
Yeah.
talking about in a couple of months. They can clean up a lot of...
Yeah.
California's going to have a great turnaround with them legalizing marijuana for recreational usage.
I mean, we can
Yeah.
get it deeper to that.
We'll
but
get
it's-
into that.
They're
Yeah,
playing around with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like in the sport of boxing,
In
you
the
think it's
sport of
something that...
nah, I don't know, because it's such a thing where boxing, you know, in reality, you want like Andre Wards, you want these clean
the Mikey
fighters.
Garcias.
Yeah, you want the
Yeah,
Mikey
very true.
Garcias, you
Very
want
true.
the Triple G's, you want the Canelos, you want these clean fighters. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You don't want these halfway clean half the time.
Kovalevs.
You know what I'm saying? And halfway.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, reality, bro, like, there's, honest, I'm gonna be real, bro. I was a fighter. 90% of boxers probably did smoke weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta say nobody's name. You could just think about him. He probably did.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, those select few are the Terrence Crawfords. You know what I'm saying? They're the Andre Wards. You
Yeah.
know, they're the Triple G's, the Canelos. They're the people who just that's just not a part of their character.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not a part of who they are. You know what I'm saying? And it would be great because I recently gave up smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I just was like, I gotta quit. Like, it's just not the vision. Like, for one, I'm a man of the Bible. You know, and 1
Yeah.
Timothy 5:8 says, be sober and be vigilant. People got, as a weed smoker, you know what I'm saying? You think, oh yeah, God made plants and whatever, but at the end of the day, he didn't make you high though. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? When you were born, you weren't high. You know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't drunk. You went off a Molly. I got a 1 month old kid at the house, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
true,
just being
true.
real. Like my son's not high.
Yeah.
He's, you know what I'm saying? He's drinking breast milk. You know, like he's high on life for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because he's getting life from my wife, and so I just think about it like that. And, so it's like, people prefer what you gonna do. Hey, man, I ain't judging you. One day you'll have a come to Jesus moment, and, glory to God. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying that, because for personally, I would smoke and then want to go run 8 miles. You know what I'm saying? Or have the best workouts I ever had. I get more creative and be like, oh, let me try like this. Let me do like that. Like even like the one kind of way I hit the double end bag. Yeah. I was high when I did that. I'm just being real. Boy. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being real.
No, it's facts.
It does open your mind up, and obviously it does help you tap into more creative space. You know what I mean?
Very true, very true.
Yeah, and I kind of believe in some ways it's a performance enhancing drug.
It can
be, to some extent. Yeah. To some extent, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it does take your edge away, though.
It definitely does.
Because when you're not high, you're not high. And you can't be that person that you were when you're high. You can't be high when you're fighting, and you shouldn't be high when you're sparring, because the fact that it's not going to be the same person.
That's very, very true.
It's not going to be. You're not going to be able to yield the same return when it comes down to it. And not to mention, VADA, USADA.
Oh yeah, USC. Yeah.
They're gonna come in there, and I've had it knocking on my door at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hey, how you doing, Dave? You want to pee in this cup for me? How was your night last night?
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
You like,
right? After I was in the WSB right here at the Avalon, bro. They come up in there. Hey, how's it going, Dave? You better have a good fight. Okay, come up in the bathroom with me, man. We'll have somebody go in there and watch you pull your pee out. And
yeah.
Wow.
It's funny because Tony was talking about that. Tony Jeffries was talking about how uncomfortable that was for him. Like, he said, like, right after a fight, they would come and, like, literally, like, they're standing in front of you. And he said, like, it was the weirdest thing, like, having to pee in a cup. Yeah. When you got some dude that's just staring at you.
Watch you pull your pee out. Ain't no funny stuff. We're going to watch you pull your thing out, and you're going to pee in this cup for me right in front of me. And whatever comes in tomorrow morning, we'll know about it.
That's a fact.
Funny. And that's crazy because, like, switching off, like, when I had to take a pee test for a job, I think one of my jobs, somebody stand right behind the bathroom door, and I couldn't go. I had like a 10-minute delay. They're like, all right, go back and drink some water again.
Dude, imagine somebody standing in front of
That's
you.
That's crazy. Like, I wouldn't know how to let it loose. I wouldn't know what to do.
We're going to have Jim go in here and walk in with you and unzip your pants for you. And
like really overfill on water just so I could like do it just not out of my control. So I can imagine what you went through. That's crazy.
So if you was a young fighter out there, you want to do it, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, bro.
I would definitely say
it's not really worth it,
man. If you're actually dedicated to your craft, it's not worth it. Pass up on it. Wait till you retire, if anything. Yeah. Wait till then, because you'll be good.
It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it really ain't
It'll
going
probably
nowhere.
be better by the time you retire. You know what I mean?
It's definitely true.
So you're saying it's like, if you're like in your off season, pretty much you're not fighting right now. It's okay to do it.
No,
but when you're ready to do it.
There's some fighters
if you are an active fighter, stay away from it. Period. You know what I'm saying? If you're an active fighter, because it's bad press, it's controversial, and everybody say all press is good press. That's not true, because of the fact that you still will get blackballed. You know what I'm saying? And because at the end of the day, the overseeing bodies and entities, they still are running who they want to be seen, who they feel is marketable.
That's very
true. Kind of thing. And if you got this, because you got to realize, like, weed is connected to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Weed is connected to stealing, killing, drug dealing, everything that's in the street. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's connected to, period. Yeah. And white folks don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say white folks. Rich people don't. Rich people are not going to be like, even though that they do it too.
Exactly.
We're not going to let you just have you out here
commercialized.
Yeah, we're not going to just have you out here to tell everybody our business like that. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like
that's true.
They're not going to have you doing all that. So it's just like, just stay away from it, man. Just leave it alone. You know.
I think in the sense, like the Diaz brothers, from MMA, they kind of, I don't think they intentionally popularized it, but they were getting hounded for it. So they were kind of, talking about it or the benefits and how it worked for them as far as them in the off season. They do it in the off season. Then they have a way, because they have a low body fat percentage. I mean, it's a couple of things they let people know, but people have to understand, like, their genetics and them they're different people.
Yeah, everybody's different.
They're
It ain't for
different. Everybody is different. So not everybody can do the same exact thing because like they mentioned their body fat, they have very low body fat. They're very active. I can definitely say that. But at the same time, I mean, I just think over time it can affect you in worse ways than others. So let's talk about something a little bit different. Let's talk about family real quick. You had a son, right? Recently.
Yeah, Mr. Lucas.
It was last, I want to say November.
November 28th.
November
He was
28th.
due on Thanksgiving this year on the 23rd, but he hung out in there.
He was almost a Scorpio. Can you believe that?
Yeah, but he's
Amazing.
actually
He went over to
Sagittarius. You a Scorpio?
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, he was almost cooler than you. Almost, bro. But he didn't make the cut, man. He didn't make the cut.
Nah, he's definitely gonna be special. So you have 2 sons now, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro. That's seriously amazing.
Landon is 2, well on his way to 3.
Uh-huh.
Well on his way to 3.
And he's already punching. He's already punching.
No, actually, I did this just so I can say this. He threw punches before he could walk.
Oh man,
Yeah.
People don't believe it. You know what's so funny? People don't believe that children are born with it.
Yeah.
They are born with it, especially when it comes to boxing. Boxing is extremely genetic, in my opinion. It really is.
It's in his DNA, right?
Yeah, it's in his DNA.
I purposely
He's a fighter.
sat in front of him when he was still just sitting down and put the mitts up, and he knew what to do with him. He was like trying to hit him. Like,
He saw it before.
Like, wow, how you know how to do this? He does a lot of things. I'm like, how do you even know to do this?
Yeah, children are so smart.
Yeah, like we were watching tennis, right? And there's like, you guys, black people, y'all got little frying pans with the little screens and stuff don't pop out.
Yeah.
Keep it in.
We watching U.S. Open tennis, and this little boy go into the bottom of the oven where we keep all the tops of the stuff of the pans and the pots or whatever. Right. He take the frying screen out and go grab one of his little balls, and he's trying to hit the ball like a tennis. I'm like, how do you even make this association
together?
How did you even he's seen it in there before? I'm gonna go in there and I was like, wow, this little kid is smart,
that's
bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's special.
The coordination at that age,
that's
very
unbelievable,
special, man.
Yeah, I was like, well, okay, I might have a little something special right now, man. For real.
It's really in the genes. I mean, if you look at it,
crossover athlete for sure. He can do anything.
Yeah,
that's the thing about like children today. Like they need to know that they're capable of doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't just. I mean, of course, school is important, but one thing that Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. You ever heard of? I mean, that's something that he talks about a lot. He was a D and F student, but I mean, he actually went to college and all that. But like he said, like we as I'm not a parent, but if I happen to become a parent or I actually have nieces, as far as the children, we need to let them know that their craft is important as well.
Exactly.
So as as parents or as the as figures in their lives, like we need to make sure that they know that they know that they can focus on the craft and even help them try to figure it out. Exactly. Because it'll benefit them, it'll actually make them a better person.
Right.
And sometimes it's kind of like for me, I believe that as far as school overall, it should start off like vocational school. Like we should start off focusing on specific crafts for children and put them in that, put them in that category.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me, it's just like I use this as an example all the time. That kid in class that knew how to draw. Like, he just had it or she had it.
Yeah.
It was that. But like when I used to try to do that, I was garbage. I don't know how to draw at all. But it's like you got that one kid, he's not even like sketching over like another picture, but he's raw, like from the brain, he can do it.
So jealous,
and I mean, super good. So that goes to prove that, everybody's born with a specific craft.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes we tend to figure it out later on in life. And it's like, damn, like,
but
that's
it'd
what it
be
was.
really nice if you start off that.
You can start exactly if you can recognize it early, and that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people.
If you were able to get it like tailored and like invested into and like pushed.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
You said the right word. Invest. Like if people can invest in your craft, it's not even all about money. It's
just
investment is time.
The biggest investment is time, man.
Because I always said school. I mean, if you're going to do like regular subjects, history, science, and all that, you might as well be a teacher. Not everybody's meant to be a teacher, so it should be like classes for those general education courses, and then there should be courses for vocational stuff,
for
things
specifics,
of your specific criteria. That way you could run. School be interesting for everybody. That's why a lot of kids don't feel school because I'm not gonna really take this with me after 18. But the little things, those courses, you can take with you for the rest of your life. That's pretty dope.
I walk through school like I'm about to be a world championship boxer anyway.
Real.
Anyway, like I'm good. Like I can, and it was funny. I could get I can get a good grade if I wanted to, but I just was like, I'm not going to do this
That's
after
true.
I get done with high school and college with art.
And it's funny how you realize
You
it
know?
so early. So it shows how smart naturally we are that we're not compatible with this. This is not going to be important later on. That's like algebra or geometry. We like
I don't remember that equation,
remember we was in school. You know, your favorite teacher, Mr. E.
I hate that dude.
You know, we had teachers that was just teaching us a whole bunch of stuff. First off, they didn't teach very well, and it's like I know for sure I'm not going to use any of this stuff, even in college. Like, and that's why I liked college better than high school because it was, in a sense, it was like that. You can kind of choose where you want to go in life if you knew where you wanted to go.
Get your own major.
And even with that, I mean, there's a lot of people who are still kind of.
That was me because I was still like, dude, I'm not going to use this. I'm just here because I feel like I'm told that I should.
I should be here.
Create this backup plan. Woo-wham. It's like, man, look, there's something else that I want to do. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need this to validate the fact that I can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much information out there that you can find out. If you want to do something, you can find a way to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just...
That's very true.
I'm not, like, obviously, yeah, that's more of a traditional route, and it's real admirable, and there's a lot of networks and all that comes from doing that traditional route. But it's like, you don't... Well, we know this. You know what I'm saying? There's millionaires out here, billionaires who ain't never... You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, come on, like the ultimate end goal is to have a comfortable life and an endless bank account. And there's
Absolutely.
There's plenty of people who've done it without going to school. So.
Bill Gates.
Residual income. There's a ton of people.
Bill Gates dropped out of college. Look at him now.
Yeah.
So as a parent, because naturally, I mean, I'm not a parent, but I just think about it with like my nieces, and you know, it was possible later on down the line. Do you ever like think about? I don't want to say fear, but do you ever like think about where society is going and like raising your kids in society? So in a sense, I guess it's going to kind of drift off into this question: do you believe in homeschool? Maybe down the line.
Yeah, I had to try homeschool for a little while myself because I personally just couldn't get with the whole school ground politics and all of that.
You was beating everybody up. You was knocking out teachers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I had to.
If I'm a teacher, I'm not coming.
I had to do homeschool, alternative school, stuff like that, and I do think about homeschool a lot, just because of what is being done in schools now. You know
in
what
a
I'm saying?
sense, society is raising your kid.
Yeah, and I want to raise my kids. You
Absolutely,
know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the reality. That's kind of the reason why I chose to do my own thing as far as being a trainer versus working for somebody else, because it really was. That's my mom did that. You know, I just realized that right now, honestly. But my mom did the same thing. You know, she didn't work as we were growing up. You know, because she was like imparting wisdom in us. She was imparting the word in us. You know, I got her for 12 years. You know, and she did a whole lot of work in 12 years. So I do sit back and be like, dang man, what if she got 15 years? You know, what I'm saying? Like, or 16 years. To hang out with. You know, what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. Like, that was God's plan, and I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's still favorable to me today, and but that's definitely the ultimate reason why I seek paths of freedom as far as employment when it comes down to lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what it comes down to. My sons are sons. They're boys. You know, they're black boys too. You know what I'm saying? In our society today, so it's very important for me for them to know who they are. Yeah. And them to be secure. Like one day, I was laying in my bed, and my brother and my son just gets up in my bed, and he's just jumping all over me, and it just hit me like that. He'll never know what it feels like to not have his dad. You know what I'm saying? He'll never know what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? He'll never have that void in his heart and his mind. And what he do, you know what I'm saying? He'll never know what it feels like. And it's like, man, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why would I want to do anything to jeopardize that? Okay. You know what I'm saying? There was like a lot of days, like I'm at home with my son Lucas a lot, because I'm seeing him at this stage, this little helpless infant stage. I'm like, damn, it's taking forever fucking watching a watch pot. When I look back, or what I'm saying, watching a watch pot. Yeah, I guess that's what it's like. But it was a lot of days I didn't see Landon. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be at the gym all day. True. And I wake up, the butt crack of dawn.
How far do you live away from?
I live in Hacienda Heights.
Oh my!
You know what I'm saying? That's about an hour. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They got that. I had to get up right before traffic started. And if I got up, I'm talking about 5 minutes late. Yeah. it's over.
Yeah.
You had to get up at that certain time.
It's over.
Yeah.
And so then, you know, that's all day. And a lot of times I was doing morning classes and night classes. And I had all stuff going on in between. I was like, hold on, bro, this is killing me, bro. This is killing me right here. And then wake up, my son sleep, come back home, he sleep. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'd be like 2 or 3 days in a row, it'd be like that. And he'd be like, well, hold on, you are my dad, huh? I was like, wow, that's you know, it was like a good amount of time before he even actually realized, like, I'm your dad, bro. Like, I'm here. Like, I'm here, but I ain't here. But, you know, now it's like, we good now. You know what I mean? And Lucas, it's totally different because he see me every day.
Yeah.
Every day. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all in his face. What's up, man? What you doing? Like, messing with him all the time. And it's like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, and you know, it's every moment of it is important. It really is, you know, because it's developing them. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's who they are. It's who they're going to be. It's their character. You know, I just feel so blessed that God gave me 2 boys to shape.
That's
you know
amazing, bro.
Like, you know,
really
I would love a daughter. I would love the daughter. And, you know, maybe there's one in... Right now, I don't want no more kids.
I'm tired.
I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I can't even get the R out, bro. For real, like, but yeah, nah, I'm super blessed that I got two boys.
That's amazing.
Show how to do this, you know. Yeah.
So you've been married for how long?
I've been married for going on 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I got married when I was 23.
23. So how did you meet your wife or her? Where?
I met my wife at the U.S. National Championship. She's a boxer too.
What?
Yeah, so we met.
I would have never known.
Yeah, we both represented the California team.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for the U.S. Nationals, and it was funny how we connected because I used to live in Seattle, and we were talking, and I'm a talker. You probably can see that by now.
It's all good.
No, this is your show today.
But what do you call it? Oh, she didn't believe I'm 4 years younger than she is. She didn't believe it because, you know.
Oh, so you like older women too? It's like
hey, I'm attracted to I'm attracted to who I can talk to. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We could talk about. You know, I wasn't even thinking about age for real. You know, I was just like, oh yeah. So we started talking about age. I was like, oh yeah, I guess I never really know how old you are, but you know, I don't care. You know, I'm talking to you. We good. You know, it is what it is. I'm attracted to you. Whatever. And she didn't believe that I was 22, and she was 26.
Uh-huh.
And I showed her my ID, and it's from Washington. So she grew up in Washington.
Yeah,
and she grew up there in that region in Portland, Vancouver, on the border of Portland and Washington, or Oregon and Washington, whatever.
Uh-huh.
She's like, oh, I know this ID. I was like, yeah, I grew up there. Or I didn't grow up there, but I went in essence, I grew up there. Like, I really came to like really big realizations of life when I was 18 to 21. Yeah, 17 to 21, about almost 4 years. So yeah, that's how we connected. You know, just from the ID. And,
so literally, boxing is life.
It's my life.
Boxing is life. My life. Like, boxing has brought everything in life.
Yeah,
boxing has been highly involved in your life.
So that's crazy because hearing that story, your wife was in boxing, you're in boxing, you guys come up with the 2 sons, and he's already paddling and everything.
It's in their blood. You know, come on.
Hey, man, I'm not putting that on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's what he go. If you want to do that, that's what he gonna do. I know whatever he do, he gonna be good at.
Yeah, he's gonna be great.
You know what I'm saying? Because I see him, I'm like, oh, this dude's gonna be a problem. When he starts to get the concept of winning and losing and competing against somebody else and being better than somebody else, oh, he gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
he gonna be a problem, dude. Because he just do things right. He only 2 years old, bro. He do something like, hold on, bro, this little dude. Wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, bro, everything. They getting in the game quick, man. And his dad is a trainer. Oh yeah, he gonna be a problem. Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, because the thing is, with you being a trainer, you're also a mentor as well.
Yep.
Like
naturally
to many people. Of course, we know. Most recently, you had the fighter
Carson.
Yeah. I'm retarded today.
Yeah.
But no, Carson had a fight recently in what was it, December?
Yeah, it was in December the last show.
How's she doing now?
She doing good. We didn't get the decision in that fight. That was her.
That was
her
a rematch,
fourth
right?
fight. Yeah, it was a rematch. It was her 4th fight. She was 3-0 until that day, and then but it just comes down to I've been trying to get her to see certain things, and best way to see something is somebody else show you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So,
very true. Especially in this sport.
Yeah, she didn't get hurt nothing like that. She just she's got a box. The girl was a lot more patient. She was in a little better shape, a little more prepared. And Carson, a lot of stuff that she hasn't changed. I've been trying to get her to realize. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, But the thing I love about the girl is that she is always ready to learn. She's always ready to work.
Absolutely.
She's gonna work.
Ready to work at all times.
Even that's what really, like, this is funny because it's like the way I even started training Carson was I just would always see her after class. She started coming to should I say it, boxing bar? She started coming to class or whatever, but she would always stay afterwards, and she'd be doing more medicine ball slams and more jumping rope and more this and more. Like, damn, girl, do you fight?
Yeah, for real.
Like, you fighting for, like, you better get out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got something coming up. And she was like, no, I don't fight, but I'll be totally down to fight though. And you hear that all the time. So he's like, yeah, I bet, that's what's up.
Preparing.
And then I asked her, I was like, hold on. I think we should start training together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was like,
see where it goes.
She's like, you know what? I was just talking to my mom about that. Like, I think I do want to do it. Like, and we started training, bro. And then it was like, but I still wasn't taking her seriously about literally like sparring and all that kind of stuff. I was just working with her, and then I'm teaching her different things. And she was like, so. Because I was really more just on just the fitness and like the good workouts. I was doing good things, but I wasn't really focusing on like fight
training.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
It's different training than just
way different.
Just like kind of like running the mill. Like, it's still a good workout, but when you learn how to fight, it's a totally different animal. You know what I'm saying? So she asked me, so how long do you think it'd be till I start sparring? And I was like, Oh, you want to? Are you serious? Like, I was like,
fight.
I'm thinking that it's just like a small talk at first, but she was like, no, I want how long do you think it take? I was like, okay, so it is. Nothing weird about maybe like a month and a half into us even being together, which it's like almost going 3 years ago now. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, well, you want to know how to spar? Well, we got to start training a lot differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is gonna be a different animal. And she's like, well, whatever it is, I got you. I'm there. I'm down. I was like, all right, for sure. First thing I had her do was start doing jogging sprints. You know what I'm saying? I had her getting her wind up. And, then we start changing the way we train. So then I had her spar with the girl that Tony Gonzalez trains, or I don't know if he still trains her, but at UCLA. And that was weird because Carson, she listened to me so well. I told her, I said, Carson, don't go in there and throw no punches the first round. I want you to get used to somebody throwing punches at your head. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We do enough of this stuff, practices. Just try it the best you can, and we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but let the girl, I don't care. Let her throw punches at you. Move your head, move your feet, keep your hands up, and let her throw punches. Don't throw no punches. You know what I'm saying? I said, don't throw no punches. But I was like low-key had a little secret. Yeah. Because I knew the girl was going to get tired. And sure enough, that second round, Carson, she was able to bang, throw that jab back. She landed that first punch, and she was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
you know
it.
What I'm saying? And you see he had that one look in her eye, and all of a sudden she was looking for it, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go get this girl, right? And then I remember they went going like 3 or 4 rounds, and Tony he had to stop it. Like, all right, that's enough, man. Hitting her a little too hard, whatever. So we get out the ring and we hit the mitts, and the way she hit the mitts after that was never the same. Yeah, like she looked salty, bro. Like she was like, I'm about to
serve them up.
I'm never gonna forget that, bro, because she was like. She came to the middle. I was like, all right, yeah. She was like, yeah. I was like, damn, she really in here trying to hit something now. Like, yeah, that's something right there. Ever since then, she just been different. But then we ended up going to getting her first fight. That was a story that you never forget. Cause, we sitting around waiting all day. She wasn't nervous, nothing like that. We know we prepared or whatever. And we get in the ring though, and you gotta. Oh, you fought before, haven't you?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Fought? Okay,
yeah.
Have you never fought? No,
never fought.
No.
Okay, so when you get any fighter is gonna agree with this. When you get in the ring, especially when you first started fighting, your first 10, 20 fights, it took me a long time to stop being nervous for real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you in that ring, it's like, oh man, this is like, for me, it felt like I got put into like a chamber, like, and the big old vault door got closed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people don't realize that feeling. Yeah. It's very psychological.
Yeah,
like once you're in,
the only way out is on the stretcher. You know what I'm saying? The only way out is on the stretcher. That's the only way you can get out. That's how you feel. I was like, dang. And then, now imagine this. When you get in the ring, the doctor has to go use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So we're just literally she's in the ring, just standing there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
While this dude walks to the gym and goes to use the bathroom, and he walks back. He's like a bigger guy, so he's not walking that fast. He ain't running. You know what I'm saying?
So it
we
really
like,
took 10 minutes.
So we just waiting there, and then they get in the ring, and they get there, and the referee just does like this, and he checks all the timekeepers and all the judges, like, you guys are ready, and they just say go.
Go. Yeah.
They didn't announce the fight. They didn't say red corner, blue corner, this person, that person. They just boom, 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 go. That was her first round of her first fight ever. She came back to the round, and she was like, what the heck? What was that? She just was like, I was like, Carson, you good? She was like, I know that was a little rocky, but you good though, right? She's like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I was like, are you hurt? Did she hurt you? Did she hit hard? She was like, oh no, I'm good. And then she started coming back to you. I was like, all right, look, now do this. And all of a sudden we ended up beating her up. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like one of them things where it's just like, when stuff like that happens, you just never forget about it. You know what I'm saying? You just don't forget about it. And that's just kind of that moment when boxing chooses you. You know what I'm saying? When boxing says like, you know, it's never perfect, it's never beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like the way it comes down, like people get to thinking all this mitt work and all this kind of stuff, and you do all this fancy stuff, and you go in the ring, it's supposed to look exactly like that. No, it ain't gonna be perfect, man. It's not gonna be perfect, man. This is all situational conditioning for your mind, for your body. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna be perfect. So if you, like, I had another dude that said he wanted to box, and we started sparring a little because he was big like me, and then every time I hit him, he'll get mad and, oh man, I'm like, hold on, bro. I was like, look. I said, you realize Floyd Mayweather gets hit, right? You realize that Muhammad Ali got hit, right? You realize, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sugar Leonard, the best defensive fighter you ever heard of, they got hit. Yeah. That's what you doing. You boxing, bro. Like, you gonna get hit. It ain't gonna be perfect.
You're going to get hit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to, like, you sign up to get hit.
Yeah.
No, it's your job to do what I told you to do to figure out how not to get hit. But you gonna get hit though. If Andre Ward got hit, you gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
somehow, some way.
You're gonna get hit. Especially if you spar, bro. You never boxed in your life. You want to be sparring against me? I'm gonna hit you, bro. I'm gonna hit you, bro. Like, don't think I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna kill you, but don't get all in your feelings when you get touched. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of hitting, let me ask you this question because I've been wanting to ask you this. If you were to fight you today, were to fight you 7 years ago, who would win?
Me today.
Really?
100%.
I think so too.
Yeah, 100. Me today. It would be a good fight.
It's all about wisdom.
Yeah.
Like,
it would be overall. It would be a good fight because I was a little firecracker back in the day, man. I look at my old, like, this little one video that my boy Luis made, like my first highlight tape. Yeah. And I was a dog, bro. You know, I was like 16 years old fighting against a 21-year-old, a 24-year-old. I was like junior high school. Mm. Yeah, junior, maybe even a sophomore for real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fighting against grown men. Well, in my mind, they were kids. So you mean today, 24-year-olds, kids.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a dog though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But today, I'm just, I'll probably hurt myself.
It's funny because I watch your tapes like even before, but I'll definitely watch your tapes before. But it was a time, remember when you sparred Jack. I know you probably, like, when I saw that, like, I was, like, literally there. You got the tape. We both have it. It's in my archives or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Like, both you guys, of course. But I'm like, this dude, if he was to get back in there and, like, really, bro, you'll be a real threat.
Yeah, I think
you'll be a very, very serious threat.
Yeah, because honestly, because my fear then went down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Like, I sparred with Triple G, and like that's like shit. I didn't spar hundreds around with that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you realize, like, the first time I ever got hit with Triple G, this is what went through my mind. I felt like I got hit with like a freaking, like a steel bar or something like that. Like, that dude hit so hard. I was like, how do you get used to this? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is pain right here. I feel like I was in danger. You know what I'm saying? Of course you get hit, you know, it's like a risk, but I never feel like I was in danger. Like, is this nigga hit me again, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know, I didn't been hit by some good hitters. I was like, man, if this dude hit me again, bro, it's gonna be a bad time.
So
bro.
is he the hardest puncher you've ever faced? The hardest?
Yeah. Okay. I got hit by this one dude named Jeremiah Graziano in the amateurs. He, you know, but I heard that he was doing steroids.
Oh well, yeah.
And then who else? I really can't really think about. Or Tarver, that was the first big time puncher or, you know, boxer that I ever really sparred with, and he was trying to knock my head off that first couple of sessions, but we even the score there.
Hey, shout out Tarver.
Yeah,
shout out to Tony Tarver, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like we even the score for sure in that camp, but he was trying to knock my head off at first though. I did come at him pretty bold though a few times, and he was like, "Hold on, bro, who you think you is?" Like, you know what I'm saying? But
It's class of '96. You know,
yeah, no, but definitely Triple G is at the top of my list. You know what I'm saying? I was sparring. I'm sure there's bigger hitters out there or whatever, but top of my list that I've been hit with on a regular basis. Julius Jackson can crack too. You know what I'm saying? He's actually a really good friend of mine.
Yeah,
and he fast too. He fast and long and rangy. He can hit pretty good too. Actually, though, he can crack for real.
So pretty much you're saying kind of like Kobe Bryant, your older self, he was number 8, the guy with raw athleticism. And you switch over to number 24, and all of a sudden you got the wisdom to pretty much take the game any way you want.
100%.
That's dope. I like that, man.
So you think number 24 will be number 8?
Oh, yeah.
As far as Kobe?
Oh, yeah.
24 got more wisdom. He gets his spots a lot better.
In terms of basketball, I would think conditioning. I think 8 might give 24 a real run for real. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact when it could have come down to just being young. You know what I'm saying? Just when it just come down to just being young. Boxing is different because the point is to hit the person. Yeah. And that comes down to setups and just wisdom. You know what I'm saying? It really come down to how you think Bernard Hawkins was able to do it so long because he was smart, bro. He was super duper smart. You know what I'm saying? He knew what he was doing and why he was doing it. You know what I mean? You move a lot more purposeful when it comes down to hitting somebody and not getting hit. You know what I'm saying? When you do it for a purpose, you tend to think about it a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? You can study it in the moment a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying?
If Andre Ward, would you be disappointed if Andre Ward came back?
No, I wouldn't be disappointed. No. I don't see who he would fight again. That's the thing. I don't see nobody he would fight. Yeah. But I wouldn't. He's not old. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm happy for him. I mean, that kind of goes on. That kind of goes into what I want to talk about as far as boxing and mental health. So let's say because you were definitely a very, very active boxer on many levels, amateurs and pros. So as far as boxing, like when fighters when they leave the sport, like let's say like Paulie Malignaggi, for example, or even Roy Jones, when fighters want to come back into the sport and they're constantly they're just eager to come in. What do you think that is? Like that urge or
it's just that's what it is, an urge, bro. It's just because at some point you start to be like, ooh, man, ooh. Yeah. It's just that sensation that you get, like, man, boy. It's just really what it comes down to is discontentment. You know what I'm saying? True. You're not really content. Like, you don't feel like there's everything you should have done, could have done. But when it comes down to getting what you feel like you deserve, you're not really willing to put in that kind of work again.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and to as far as on the works and preparation side versus what you used to do, you're not willing to make those changes. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very seldomly, you know what I'm saying, do you see that person that come back and say, I'm about to change everything up that I used to do. Yeah. I want to do it right. And then, you might get a little bit of a run going on, you know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day, you can go back to the person that you were, the reason why you didn't get what you wanted. Yeah. But that urge stays with you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you see these videos of these 80-year-old dudes hitting the bag and they still in there because they got that, ooh, I'm a dog still. Like, who need it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that I think that once you, especially when you see some success with boxing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And you get that, and you have that almost, that taste of success or that almost gold medal or that almost championship, and you just always want it, And then,
it's like Chop Corley. You think Chop will have a chance against the guys today, 140?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, no. The reality, because it's just...
Because you got to get hit, it's one of those things.
These dudes today, bro, they just health and fitness in general. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Coaching in general is just a lot more educated. Like coaches are a lot better examples nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like the coaches living a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's about fitness. It's about being healthy. It's about making better choices at the table. You know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying? It's that's what the coaches are, how the coaches are selling what they do. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And then film study is something different now too. You know what I'm saying?
Way different.
Yeah, film study is different.
That's something I really like. Just me as I was just just developing myself. That's something I really really focus on. Being able to understand film, and that's been my main background. Just studying film.
That's one thing I love for Coach Joe. We used to have days dedicated to just watching film. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even work out. We would go in the back. It was like a little alternative school back there, but he had a big screen, and we'll just put it in, no sound, just watch the film, and we'll talk about it.
That's a great coach, because people understand how important it is for fighters to have that understanding of what they're seeing. Because, I mean, it changes everything because it changes your perception in the ring. So what you see in the ring, it will change based on what you understand through film. Of course, it's at a different angle. I mean, you got the personal observation view versus, or, you know, that opponent simulation versus a screen. That's two different things. So in a sense, it's kind of like you can kind of put yourself outside the ring as you're in the ring, in a sense.
Exactly.
Kind of watch yourself on the side. So you kind of have like that coach's mentality. So, I mean, that definitely does work out very well.
That's crazy that how important film session is, because we was talking about this, how important visual is compared to being told to in the air, verbally, whatever. So you're sitting back and you're watching film of how things happen, how things should happen and everything, and it formed you to the boxer that you are today. So, like I said, a lot of the greats, film session is number one. And again, this goes back to all the greats. Film. You'll never know until you see it on film.
Quick question. As far as equipment in the gym, right? By in a standard boxing gym, let's use Wild Card or any one of the legendary gyms that you've been a part of, Summit, all that. If you have to choose one piece of equipment that you had to omit, like completely, it just never existed. As far as boxing is concerned, or as far as the boxing gym is concerned, what would it be? One piece of equipment. Only one.
Couldn't use no more.
That didn't quite or doesn't quite pertain to the actual boxing
That's
experience.
hard, man. I feel like everything.
Everything?
Yeah, because, you know, everything serves its purpose, man. Like, if anything I would say is replaceable, which is movement, is a jump rope. You can just move, you know what I'm saying? You can just, you know, a lot of times Coach O just have us just move and just
I actually created literally two sick drills that kind of, it relates more to the movement that you'll be doing in boxing, but it still has that aspect
jump
of
rope it warms your muscles up and everything, and it gets your calves warm and your ankles and everything. But if there's one thing that I could probably do without, it would probably be a jump rope.
It was two things. I said speed bag or the jump rope. Either one of those things. But it took me a while to actually like put it together. I'm like, if I had to, as far as like the learning process, and let's say if it never existed, would fighters still be able to do well without it? I think if anything, it'll be one of those two. I
don't agree with the speed bag as much because that's like a huge confidence booster for sure. When you figure out the speed bag and then your shoulders can last through a whole round and you can just be going and doing all kinds. That's a huge confidence booster because you obviously you got to hit it hard. You got to understand momentum and
rhythm, timing.
You know
it's a lot of aspects to it.
So I think speed bag is probably one of the most important things to learn how to hit if you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, especially a fighter, you know.
What would you say is more effective, double in or a speed bag? As far as actual fighting experience.
I think double in is a lot more effective.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I think it's very, very effective in a lot of different ways.
For people who are novice like me, can you explain what is a double in?
And for
people out there as well.
Yeah, so
you've seen it before, though.
Double in is a ball and bungee.
Yeah.
So that's
it's like two bungee cords, one in the center, one in the ground.
Ball in the middle of it.
No, I mean that's believe it or not, that's a good question because a lot of people don't know that.
Oh, I never knew the term. There you go.
And there's a couple of different names for it, right?
Yeah, like ball and bungee bag.
Yeah.
Double in bag.
Okay.
That's all I was doing. And then the speed bag is the one with the platform and the little ball, and you hit it. Yeah.
So as far as the boxing coach fraternity, which we are having.
Oh yeah, hold on. I wanted to go back real quick to the mental health part of boxing too.
Oh yeah.
Mental health. So let's talk about like I'm a trainer, so I train people a lot of people don't fight that I train.
True.
But one thing I realized, and I used to ask people this at Boxing Burn a lot, is how does boxing help you out throughout the week?
Yeah.
And reality is when in boxing fitness, you do a lot of that like quote unquote Floyd Mayweather style of mitten. You know
I hate
what I'm saying?
that shit.
Where it's all
personally,
fast.
I hate it. I hate that shit.
This is why it's good. This is why it's good though. And I might get you to come over and start doing it because what it does, we gotta really think about what you're doing. Is you're doing like 8 million things at one time, you know what I'm saying? And you're having to like I don't do things you have to remember, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make one combination. I just flow. Whatever I say, do it. You gotta know how to react to it. I'm gonna teach you how to react to things. I'm gonna give you because like I said, it's all situational. Nothing's gonna be perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you're gonna learn how to throw single punches and balance punches and punching on moves like that. But when it comes down to it, when you get in a firefight, you want to be able to do it. So at the end of the day, though, if I say 1-2 slip, uppercut, hook, right hand, double jab, right hand, step back, that is making your mind work, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
like for real, like that's making your mind sharp than a mug for real. Honestly, there's been times just coming home from Boxing Burn, driving from Santa Monica or driving from LA. Now I still work in LA, and driving back. people do something stupid on the freeway, and my reaction time is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No,
'Cause
it's so true.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's very true.
Your mental acuity and your cognition.
Reflexes,
Yeah,
a lot
man.
of things that
You're
firing
quick.
off a little bit better.
You're quick. You know what I'm saying? You're quick because your brain's like, boom, boom. And at the end of the day, when you do it as a client, you ain't got to worry about getting hit. I don't want to hit you. I want you to come back. Well, I want to hit you to chase you away. You know what I'm saying? I want you to learn how to keep doing it. And then, you know, it really, you will start to see that you'll just mentally, you perform
so you would
a lot
say
better.
it's activating a different part
It's
of your
a whole
mind.
other part of your brain.
Yeah.
It's like, it's totally another part of your cerebral cortex, man.
Absolutely.
It's going to help, man. It's going to help for sure. You know
That's
what I'm
crazy.
saying?
I never saw it that way until you two just explained that. And for people like me that never really been in the ring, that's something that people like me should know. That's pretty dope.
I mean,
like
the thing is for me, like I'm really big on form. Like out of mind combinations, as long as like the form is like on point. Because the thing is, I think about boxing as a form of self defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like jujitsu or even wrestling or a lot of those respected backgrounds. People see it as self defense. Even karate. I think boxing would be more effective and it's more natural in that situation than karate would be. Like as far as the stance, even the kicks, a lot of people won't kick in the situation. I mean, if you're thinking smart, the opportunity more than likely is not going to show itself. But when it comes down to boxing, naturally we're going to use not boxing, but in a situations where you have to defend yourself, first thing that you are going to use is your hands.
You're going to put your hands up.
The first thing that you're going to do is put your hands up, or even as far as countering or defending yourself, as far as punching, you're going to throw.
That's funny you said that because the first time I ever got exposed to actually being a coach, I was living in a boxing gym in Spokane, Washington, called the School of Boxing and Mixed Martial Arts. It's in North Spokane, and I was like the boxing guy there. You know what I'm saying? And like all these, there's like a lot of MMA fighters. Like everybody does MMA up in Spokane, and they would start coming because I guess they heard I was a pretty good boxing coach. You know?
Yeah.
And then they would talk like the one guy. What's his name? Dave Crishane, and like what is it, Mike Hanks and Mike Kiesha. Like it's like some pretty well known MMA fighters that come out of Spokane, the Lions Den.
Big time.
Venezuelan Vixen, Viviana. No. What's her name? Juliana Pena. You know what I'm saying? She just had a baby. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Her husband just had a baby. But they used to train these people, but I was confused because they called punching striking. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it was like talking about striking. I was like, what is striking, bro? I'm looking at that. I'm like, I'm not even trying to clown. I'm like, what is this striking talking about? You talking about punching. You talking about pugilism. Okay, well, let's try this. If you want to get good at boxing, at punching, you want to learn to call it what it is. It's called boxing. It's called pugilism. Let's call it that. You know what I'm saying? And I got them to realize, like Dave Crishane, for one, he's like my kind of like my success story for sure. I was like, let's teach you how to throw a right hand, come out the hip, elbow, not all this, whatever y'all be doing with this.
Wide hooks
I taught him how to throw a proper right hand. This dude went on a 6-fight knockoff spree, all in the first and second round.
I see it.
He was putting people to sleep. I get in there. I didn't go to the fight with him. I just taught him how to throw right hand, come in there a couple days a week, work on it. And he get in there, I say, look, this is what you're going to do. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. Oh, another one. See? Another one.
6 of them in a row.
6
bang,
in a row.
Bang, 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 bang.
and I think his fifth one, the dude had shot him because they heard I guess it got out that he was throwing a good right hand. So the dude shot at him, and he threw it from the mount. Oh, that was deadly.
Oh, that's clean.
That was deadly.
So
you know what I'm saying?
That is so
You know what
clean.
I'm saying? He threw it from, when a mount is basically when you're like sitting on their chest, basically.
Yeah.
And they like this, and you sitting there, and he just can't. Now imagine coming with a laser out there, and he was like, on the ground, just night.
So last question: will we see David in the ring?
Man, I don't know. Man.
Will David make a return in 2018?
It's a good possibility. It's a good possibility.
I think so.
We'll see though. 2018 is a long year.
So everybody, stay tuned because we'll see.
It's a possibility.
Keep up with it.
It's a good possibility. There's a couple of good things. Like I got Gerald Washington is like my biggest inspiration. Like he really be pushing me, man. He be like, David, man, you can do it, man.
Big man.
I didn't turn pro until I was 30 years old, man. You can do it, man. Look where I'm at. Woo woo.
Yeah. He fought Wilder. That was
he fought
most
Deontay
recent
Wilder.
or one of his biggest fights.
Yeah. So
and he didn't do bad.
No, he didn't do bad.
He did not do bad at all. If you watch that fight again.
How old is
Gerald Washington?
Gerald Washington
That's his
is
name.
He's 34, 35.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, about 34, 35.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't, 30 ain't that old, bro. It ain't
It's
old
not
at all. I
Remember,
feel great.
30 is the new
The
what?
20s, man.
Yeah.
30s is the
I
new
feel-
20s.
You sound like you still got some gas left in the tank,
He
bro.
got a lot,
great.
bro.
I
If you
feel-
see the sparring tape, when you guys see it, you'll know. This dude still got it. Definitely still got it. Keep working the jab. Keep working the jab. Jack works.
30 seconds.
Nice. Ooh. 7, 5.
Yeah.
So David, provide everybody your Instagram, Snapchat handles. Let them know.
Well, I'm not on Snapchat, but I'm just
I'm not
basically
either.
mainly on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just iBox for life. Just like you see it on my shirt, IBOX, the number 4 LIFE. That's me on Instagram. I'm putting up various videos. I don't really have like a identity, you know what I'm saying? I just, I do edit my own videos, though. I make these little cool videos, and I put the instrumentals on them. And I mess around on iMovie, and I'm getting pretty good at it. So, you know what I mean?
So if you need some help with your iMovie,
I'm thinking like, send me your iMovie, you know what I'm saying? Give me about $25, and I got you, bro.
You got that Sony production.
Because I'm honestly knocking them out in like 25, 30 minutes, bro. I just boom, 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 boom. I just had a vision already, and just I got a video, and I put a beat on there, move it around, make it line up with okay, we're good. All right, go and post that. So,
all right, guys, this has been another episode of Great Fire Podcast with your host, Trey Bate, a.k.a. Trey Bate Knows Boxing.
Yes, sir.
And this is Willie Mack.
And with our very, very special guest, David
Imoesiri. There you go.
Bam, I got it. All right, guys, we hope that you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you tune in to the next episode or the next episodes. Comment, share, subscribe, follow us on every single one of our pages or follow us.
Social media, baby. That's what we want.
Yeah, bring it.
All right, guys, we will see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Have a great day.
All right.